Hey guys, welcome back. So what I wanted to do today was, I want to show you this shitty little app that I made like 4 years ago. Just because I recently found it on my computer, and it is so shit. But before I actually show you the app, let me give you a little bit of background to it. Okay, so you need to know two things about me. I really like tea, and I might be autistic. And so for some reason, what I thought was, I was 14 years old, I made tea multiple times a day. I thought, you know what? It's so extremely boring to stand there for 1 minute and 30 seconds waiting for the kettle to boil. If only there was a solution. So what did I come up with? A little app that would time how long the kettle was going to take to boil, and then send you a notification telling you you can return from sitting on the sofa, being a little fat ass, and then come back to the kettle and make your tea. But there's a little bit of a problem. I may have broke the app. Basically, I realised how useless the app actually was, and I thought it would be a better idea if it was like a home screen widget. And I tried doing that, but I was stupid and I messed it all up, and then the code broke. And then I got a new phone, so the original app went, and now basically I've just got to fix it, which I have no idea how I'm about to do. Okay, so I've loaded up Android Studio, and this is what I see. So here's basically the main code of it, I think. The main important part. And this is the actual calculation. So this is a very important calculation. This is what we use to guess how long the kettle's going to take to boil the water. So let me quickly explain to you how that works. Basically, every material has a different specific heat capacity, which is the amount of energy you have to put in to raise the temperature 1 gram of the material by 1 degree. The specific heat capacity of water is 4.18. This means that it takes 4.18 joules to raise the temperature 1 gram of water by 1 degree. For the app, I assumed that the starting water in the kettle would be around room temperature, which I took to be about 25 degrees. And we need to raise it to a point of boiling, 100 degrees, so we're raising the water by 75 degrees. To boil, say, 1000 milliliters of water, we need to transfer into the water 4.18 times 1000 times 75, which is 313,500 joules. But remember, we're finding out how long it would take to do that, so we need to find out how fast our kettle transfers joules, which is actually given by the kettle wattage, which is on the bottom of the kettle. Each watt means 1 joule per second, so a kettle with a power of 2000 watts will transfer 2000 joules into the water every second. Now we can take our 313,500 joules that we need to boil our water and divide it by 2000 to give us 156.75. So now we know it would take 157 seconds, or 2 minutes and 37 seconds, for our kettle to boil the water. And we can apply that same method to find out how long it will take with different kettles and different amounts of water. And there we have it, the most important line of the code. So I think the obvious thing is to just try and build it as it is, to see if we can do it. So if you look here, if it's failed, it's supposed to look like this. Mine says it's failed, but thinks it's done or something. I don't see any errors in here. This is ridiculous. Where is the messages view in Android Studio? Answer, look at the Android Studio messages window. Brilliant. Come on, come on, come on. How to open messages. The building on the left side of the window, you'll find your messages icon. I don't see any. Oh. Is this the messages view? Where's the messages view? There is no messages view. Where is the messages view? There is no messages view. Come on. Android Studio 3.1 teams have this window with me. So it's this. But the thing is, I don't have it. So you have let me down. It's that. I'm about to cry in the club button. Now the button is gone. Text output and the build output. Okay, so this is the build output. So look on the top right of the build one. How do I see the text output? Is it just this? The event one? What a I'm not gonna lie, this is ridiculous. Has serious performance problems, will run like crap on my computer. Create an invocation finished. 0 errors. What does that mean? Build was successful? Did it do it? Oh yeah, so it was built. Right, I think it's done. Alright, I'm closing this. Get lost. Okay, so it's built for an older version of Android, so there was a security risk. Okay, let's see if it works. Oh, it works! So I'm looking at it, you can definitely tell that it was not made for a Google Pixel. The buttons are all wrong, the status bar looks strange, even this text here looks weirdly, doesn't look centered, but it works. I kind of like these buttons though. I feel like they do look quite good. and it worked quite well. So this is why it's kind of stupid, because, well, you have to know all these things and you have to put so much data in for something that is not an issue anyway. Nobody cares how long it takes for your kettle to boil. It takes about a minute. Okay, so say your kettle is 2000 kilowatts, you want to do 500 milliliters of water in the kettle, go. So it's saying it will take approximately 1 minute 17 seconds. You can come off of this as well. Note it in the background, like most apps. Okay, there's 5 seconds left. So it ended, and I got a notification saying your kettle is steaming. It was steaming. Very exciting notification. And then that's what it is. And then realistically, this is when you'd go back to your kettle. I mean, I feel like it's not that bad. When it's 500 liters, it's only going to be about a minute. So going to sit somewhere else is a waste of time. But when it's about 2 liters or more, that's when I think it's alright, because nobody wants to stand at their kettle for 6 minutes. But if you can go sit down, and it tells you in 6 minutes time when it's done, you'll know when to come back and you can do it. However, though, it's a cup of tea. It does not have to be that precise. Surely, when you make a cup of tea, and if you put in a lot of water, so you're going to be waiting there for a long time, you can go sit down, and you can come back in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, on your own accord. You know how to time it. It's really not that important. You can just go back whenever you want, and the tea will be fine. I guess if you're really peculiar about how hot your water is, then it's a big issue, but I feel like most people aren't, which is why this app is so stupid. But it is really interesting seeing this app that I made. You know, I was 14 years old when I made this. I feel like it looks alright. It's obviously messed up now because it's not for the same phone, and it works okay. And this is what you gotta remember, guys, right? This is what's most important, is although I made this app because I actually did want it at the time, and although it is kind of stupid now, that's not what it's about. Doing this, I did learn how to code a lot better than I did previously. And I learned Android Studio and like an IDE and how to use it. And that was what was important. And if I hadn't done that, I would have been that little bit behind. And so you get all these experiences that add up and help you, right? So the message is, don't care about the project, care about your learning, care about the experience that comes with it.